So hello guys, today we are going to learn about the asynchronous functions and callbacks in JavaScript. We are starting with the normal JavaScript functions, how it works. So the normal functions is defined in JavaScript as follows. Uh, let's start with a basic question. First we have to declare the function keyword, pass the name of the function like sum. Here we have to pass the arguments a comma b or any other, and we have to return it. Return a plus b. Uh, if I want to use this function again and again. Don't need to rewrite again and again a plus b, a plus b. This is basic functionality, but there might be a huge functionality like creating a button. So I don't want it to use it, write it again and again. So I can create my function and call it again and again. For example, so I will pass here 7 comma 6 and store it in a variable. Let z console.log z. So if I write node index.js, uh, node and not node. Yep, so we got the 30. Similarly, we can find the log. We can write more complex and more complex number like sum of 1 to n numbers and many more. What is synchronous function and what is asynchronous code? Before that, let's see what here we are doing. It executes the read. First of all, when we start executing, it will start with an index.js. It will take this function, store this function in the somewhere in the memory. It's go on this line and then console. It call the sum, prints, return this output, and we print here. Everything here goes line by line. If I write this, so everything log console log one after one, it will printed in line. So what here? If somewhere if I got error here, it will not start executing from the next point of this. Like we have printed one and it will get here error. So it will not print after that. It's synchronous kind of this error. It prints in a line, in a row. Here is the basic code. Input output heavy operation. What is meant by heavy operations? Heavy operations which are not operated by the our CPU. It operated by our operating system or something like outside. An input output is a heavy operation refers to the task in a computer program that involve lot of data transfer between programs and external devices and systems. These operations usually require writing the data or read from the different sources like networks, these databases, external, which required more computational power or more time consuming compared to in memory. For example, here what happens? Everything happens here in our RAM. It's load on our RAM and it starts executing one by one. But in input output heavy operations, it requires something from outside of my RAM to be work on. For example, if I want to read my file, so my file is not be available in my RAM. I have to call my CPU and ask my file and read from it. Reading a file, starting a clock means something like this. Set set timeout. Yep, it's already written for us. Timeout here we have to write how much second we have to wait for. And here we can write our function or we can call it something like this. Call after 3 seconds. So here it will print this thing after 3 seconds. Yes, it's print late. So here, while this thing is running, set timeout, our JavaScript remain idle. Hence, it is calling the heavy operations because at that time our entire system is stopped doing nothing. Similarly, in the HTTP request, until the data has been come to us, we will wait for it. Let's see for the some IO operations that we get from the Node.js. So let's begin with very simple to read a file. So let's see about the reading a file. If I write const fs. uh, don't be scared here. Most of the thing we will learn more in detail. Require require, we will ask him require fs. If I will try to console it, what it is, console.log fs. So console.log fs.js. Yep, it prints pretty bunch of nonsense things which we not required at most of the time. What we are going to do using this fs, it is a file system. We will try to read a file which I have created here, node.txt, in which written hello Satyam. So let's see. Const data equal to fs dot read file c dot slash node.txt comma format. We have to write here format. Okay. And console.log console.log data. So let's see. Are we able to print the data using this library? Hello Satyam. Yes, we got it. If I want to read one more file like this, so I can do it pretty same thing common. If I duplicate here, I will write here data 2, here also data 2, and I will call here my another file node 2. I will try to read. Yep, we got it. So what is happening here? Async means read file synchronously. It will what happen? Start reading from this point, go on this point. It will try to read all of the file. Then it will log this data. Then it will move to this point and log this data. It happen line by line. But what is better? Let's see. Uh, what is the IO bound task versus CPU bound task? The task which run on our memory. For example, let this. If I want to print this array, it everything run on my RAM. IO bound task requires something from outside like HTTP request, calls, that thing are IO bound and not in control of our memory. It is depends on that system from where we are asking the data. For example, if there is nothing available on my device, for example, I want to read a node.txt, it is not available. It will not return anything. So these are IO bound tasks. These are expensive tasks, and CPU bound related tasks are related to that runs on our CPU. Doing the bound task in real time. IO bound task, how we can do? For example, if we want to see, I have three tasks. I want to the boil a water. I want to wash my clothes in laundry, and I want to post my letter in the post office. What I can do? I can start my stove, gas. I can keep my water boiling, wait there for 20 minutes and see it is completely boiled or not. Then I will go to the laundry. I will start washing my clothes for 30 minutes, wait there. And then, for example, it takes 10 minutes to post my letter physically. So overall time it takes to 1 hour. Here what we are doing synchronously, everything one by one. But if we do concurrently, and here is written start all of the three tasks together, context switch. In JavaScript basically we do this, and but these both things are pretty much similar. Context switching and starting all of the tasks three, all of the tasks at a single time. Let's see. First of all, I start kept my water on the boiling. Then went for the laundry to wash my clothes. It will take me 20 minutes. It will take me 30 minutes. Then I will go to post my letter. I will come back, see my water is boiled or not. If boiled, I will turn off my gas and check my washing machine. Is my clothes are washed or not? So here the time taken, it is only 30 minutes. Compared to previous section, we took 1 hour, which is 50 times of reduction of 50% reduction in time. So this can be helpful to us. Synchronously, everything happen one by one, as we saw in our code. Here, read file sync. Once this execute, then only we will execute the next step, unless and until we will wait. Something like this. Until I haven't completed my one of the task, I can't move to the next task. But there is one more better option we have to start all of the three tasks together. But before that, I want to teach you something extra. It is this functional aggregation in JS. What it is? For example, if I want to build my calculator, uh, let's see, const answer equal to, if I will tell you to print the sum, console.log answer. So it will return me 4. If I write here divide, it will return my divide answer. If I write here subtract, it will subtract and return me my answer. But I have to write my functions again and again. Instead of that, can I do something like this? I will create a function and function name to do tasks. It will take the arguments like a comma b. These are the values and function. If you can see, I want the functions and return function a comma b. So let's see how this works. If I will call here to do task, pass here this along with this subtract. Let's see what we will get our answer. Yep, it's the pretty same. I just need to pass here now add, and it was the same. Did we miss something? Yep, sum, not add. Hmm. So we will get here 4. So how better it is? Similarly, what we can see in function error contents for the read file. Let's see. I can also do this task synchronously. If I remove this, now what will happen? First of all, it will try to read this data and then this data together. If the data arrived first, it will console log them first. Okay, so what is here it is giving? Here it is giving some kind of error. So why? Let's see. First of all, we have to pass here print, a function that will take this input and display to us. We can create any function. It doesn't require anything. Data. Okay. And let's pass the print function here. Comma print, comma print. Like here we are passing the sum, and along with its value we will pass here the print keyword. Print is the function created by us, and this will return our output there. Okay, so here we got, and this is called as the callback. This function calling it, and now we can do all of the three tasks simultaneously, and this will save our time too. This is the functional argument, same thing that we have been learned. Asynchronous function and callback. Let's see more in detail. Look at the code and read the asynchronous. Here we will pass the function as an argument. In this function, this is function callback. Since the function get called back when the file is read. After the file is read, it will keep juggling over first function and second function, and as soon as the data we will get, it will call it and return the answer. Let's learn about set timeout. Set timeout is a specific code, is a function using which we can wait for few seconds according to our requirements while in the middle of the code. I had told here to wait for 3000 milliseconds, means 3 seconds. Console.log, and I will print here, hi there. Let's test it. Now it is, as we can see, it is not printing the answer as soon as we run the code. It waited for 3 seconds and then it printed the results. Now we will see how our code works, how the JavaScript in the background, in the hood, under the hood it works. Let's see from this code. It is still loading. Guys, see how the JavaScript actually works. And we will start from very basics. Uh, it is not cutting. Okay, it's clear. So console.log, hi there, save and run. Yep. So as soon as I run, you can see all of these things loaded in the call stack. Leave this baby APIs and callback queues. It's run here. If I write a function here, if I write a loop here for where I equal to 0, I should be less than 100, 5 I plus that c equal to 0, c plus plus, and we will print here console. So log c. Let's see what happens here. First console log. This I calls it again and again. This is calling again and again because everything is loaded on our memory. And after the 5 times, it will print our console log C. So we can see how it works. But in case of web APIs or functions, like if I want to wait for few minutes, like we have done previously, it already told it. If I have to put the set timeout, and what I have to do, I have to pass here my function, and along with here my time. I can pass here anything, function print, and I will pass here my print function. Let's see how it works now. Console log, hello you loop it, save and run. It got the set print timeout for 3 seconds. This is how our works under the hood. First, it will execute most of the priority tasks which is on loaded on my memory, and then after it will start executing the tasks from my callback queue and call it one by one in the call stack and start executing them. That's it. Thank you.